Flip was on. No.
And there's far too many cool people in that movie. It's ridiculous. Like they should have maybe have like one or two cool people, but no, like the whole cast is pretty good. And you're like, fuck, I really don't want to see this, but I might have to Netflix it.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't pay to watch that.
Yeah, I was sitting, it's like, okay, well, crazy circus, pale actors, weird, like, misfits. Okay, I could see Tim Burton doing this. And then there was the point where it's like, don't worry, Dumbo, we're going to get your mother back. Like, oh, no. No,
Tim Burton. We said no. Oh, for once, I'm setting up all my calculating computer sounds before, like, the end of the show.
Nice.
Because I try to make sure I rotate it, through them. Let's see. I won last week, so I'll advance mine. I'll advance everybody's.
I made a point. Usually, I change the name of my tracks before I upload them. I did not do this time, so I renamed them after uploading them. So if anybody checks like the activity of the Google Drive, you can clearly see what I've chosen.
Well, I didn't notice that.
But
as usual, as usual, you didn't remove any tags.
Also to be fair, given the last couple shows, I don't feel like it's going to be hard to guess my game anyhow. But
yeah, we gotta teach you how to clear those tags, David. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, spoilers.
I'm the only one that ever actually looks at them.
Whoever, the game is the least important part of the show.
Well, we can't let people know that, though.
Wait.
Shit, we said that.
We don't care about the game of the show.
Obviously the game is... I must have misspoken. The game is the most important part of the show.
Thank you, David. I'm gonna need you to hold it together and keep that kayfabe at least until the free play jingle is over.
Okay. God, I can't wait. I'm so
it's a highly
free play jingle.
Highly competition based free play jingle. So,
nice.
I'm ready when you guys are.
All right, who's ready for a countdown then?
Oh, my man.
Very briefly before we get into it, speaking of competition, free play jingles, etc. Johnny, I don't know if you have access to this, but can we please get your voice saying "suck it" as a sound?
Yeah.
I had it at some point.
Okay, cool.
And I gotta get a koozie. Hold on.
I like John's
All right, well,
hand
Johnny's
motion
leaving.
for
I'm going to
koozie.
get another beer.
God damn it. We're 6 minutes late. What is this shit?
Bop, bop, bop.
Oh, man.
Oh, damn it. That's not it.
Yeah.
I used to have that map to M for Mario. So I still go for M. I still hit M all the time when I really hit the Mario 2 intro. Forgetting that I made it my man. Did it make Y? Yeah. No.
All right. Sorry, I just had to get another beer. Shit, I forgot my koozie.
Yeah, bro. I must be growing up. This is the first time in a long time I've had a hard time finding a koozie. So maybe I've gotten rid of some of them.
Oh.
But I'm ready for action tonight, baby. I got 6 beers, got an extra large cup for urine. Yeah.
You know we're live right now.
Go. Yep. Buddy, I'm an open book.
That's true. John does not hide many things.
This is what they see. That's all that matters. Look at this motherfucking cup.
I can't wait until you're potty training your son and you just bring his potty with you to record the show.
Oh yeah, no, he's gonna be like in frame, just pissing like a champ. It's gonna be awesome. Anywho,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Gain That Tune.
oh yeah, what's What's going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune back in the house once again. It's your boy John Harrington here. We got John Regan, say hey.
Hey.
We got Jesse Moore, say hey.
Hey.
And we've got David Fleming, say hey.
Hey.
Oh yeah, fellas. I think it's gonna be a fantastic night tonight. If you're just joining us on Game That Tune, we are the internet's one and only video game music guessing game show. And what we do around here is we listen to video game music. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We try and guess the games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We goof off. We have fun. We take the competition very seriously, and the winner at the end of the night gets to pick a theme for the next episode and play their bonus tune. And man, it was a gift of an episode last week. It was John Regan's birthday, so despite I don't think technically winning, we handed John a birthday present, and I did so begrudgingly. I've been pretty upset since my defeat in August. If you're a longtime viewer of Game That Tune, you'll know that I've been doing the show since then with egg on my face, and it pains me to see Johnny succeed. But yeah, John Regan was
all of us to see Johnny succeed.
John Regan was our winner last night, and so he got to last week, and so he got to pick the theme, and so. Johnny, what's the theme for this week's episode?
Well, traditionally when I win, I pick a free play, and I stuck with tradition.
Okay, that's good. And I decide to update our traditions. And you last time you got to pick a theme, you picked free play at the end of August Absurdity, and you fucked with my free play jingle. So I fucked the free play jingle right back at you, baby.
Ooh.
So. Say it again and hit that jingle.
This week's theme is a free play.
Game That Tune.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right. Yet to fail. Dread it. Run from it.
Free play.
It arrives all the same.
John Regan says Bionic Commando rearmed. Incorrect.
We got Johnny with a dick guitar. Johnny says Bottle Rocket the game. That's incorrect.
So Johnny says Fallout 4, which is incorrect.
John Regan says drawing of a penis. Sadly incorrect.
Johnny says double penis.
We got Double Dragon from Johnny. Incorrect.
John Regan, god damn it, so close, says Shovel Knight Showdown.
Johnny said Iggy's Wrecking Balls, which is unfortunately incorrect.
Johnny says Echo the Show, which is also wrong.
Wow, Johnny's so quick with the answer, says The Love Boat, and he's wrong. Oh, what do you know? John Regan says Milo and Otis. You're out of your mind.
And Johnny drew a penis.
John, we've already used Tekken 2 on the show, man.
Oh, we have? Damn it.
So John Regan says Tekken 2, which is incorrect.
John Regan fell for my bait and said Metal Gear Solid, which is incorrect. John Regan says Final Surf Fantasy, which is close.
John Regan says Chill Ass Super Metroid. Sadly incorrect.
Johnny says World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Duck.
I ran out of room.
Okay, no.
John says Robot Radical Rex, which is also incorrect.
Oh, I tried to draw a slot machine with dicks.
Oh, that's incorrect. Oh man, we got a dick with a birthday hat. Looks like it might be coming or peeing. I'm not sure yet. So that's incorrect, Johnny. Sorry.
John Regan has that birthday hat penis now jizzing onto a birthday cake.
Reality is often disappointing.
Free play!
That was
So there you have it, folks.
I didn't think we would top the episode 100 free play jingle, but we might have.
Somehow, yeah, it's. I think all future free play jingles. Sadly, Johnny, I'm sorry. I think they're all going to have to be compilations of you getting things wrong.
I love it
because you get things wrong in the most entertaining ways. And you do it more often than anybody on the show. So.
What was the backing song to that? Because I recognized it, but I couldn't place it.
It was Marvel vs. Capcom 3 MODOK.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
So,
I feel
yeah.
like I've been distilled into a free play jingle. That is a pure Johnny free play jingle.
Yes, it is. So, what a jingle and what a night we've got tonight. We got 4 great games. We got a great fan request coming up, and I think Johnny, we just got to jump right into it, man. Let's have game 1.
All right.
Game 1.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, whatever. Same diff. All right. So, in a recent interview, the game's producer, Shigi Miyamoto, expressed disappointment with this series, saying that it hadn't progressed or evolved as much as other Nintendo series, and also expressing skepticism at the idea that there would be fan support for a new entry in the series, saying, quote, "I'd like to ask those people, why blank? What do you want that we haven't done before?" All right. How's everybody feeling?
Can you do that trivia just one more time?
Oh, it's such a long trivia. Series producer Shiggy expressed disappointment with the series, saying that it hadn't progressed or evolved as much as other Nintendo series. And he expressed skepticism at the idea of fan support for a new entry, saying, I'd like to ask those people, why blank? What do you want that we haven't done before?
Maybe just more of the same, Shiggy.
Yeah, maybe if you get it great, just fucking make more of it. I don't know, man. Just spitballing here.
We should grab the Shiggy phone and give him a call. And be like, look,
Yeah.
look, Shiggy, make this.
All right, so, oh man, Johnny expressed confidence, and it was misplaced because he says Earthbound. It's incorrect. Jesse says Link to the Past, also incorrect, and David has the correct answer. It's F-Zero.
Oh, that makes way more sense now.
Yeah. You know, want to talk about a disappointing series that nobody feels like revisiting, apparently. It's F-Zero. You know, that is to say, it's a great fucking series, and it needs to be revisited. And we've been saying it for years.
All right, I still maintain that the reason F-Zero has not continued is because Mario Kart is a thing.
That's true.
When Mario Kart is a racing series by Nintendo that sells millions upon millions of copies, and F-Zero is a racing series by Nintendo that sells like
million.
Upwards of the thousands.
Yeah. That's what I'm just saying. It's way past time to revisit the series. I mean, that, you know, I never played like the handheld ones, which apparently killed off the series, but like F-Zero GX was fucking dope, man. Like,
GX was incredible.
yeah, I don't understand why they were like, well, that was great. Nothing else, though. I mean, no need to do anything on our system with motion controls. No way that would work. Definitely don't need to do anything on our other system with more motion controls. And then our newest system that also has motion controls. Who would want that?
Was the GameCube the last console to get an F-Zero game?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. That interview that I'm quoting, he was being interviewed for the release of Nintendo Land, which had an F-Zero minigame in it, which I liked. It's not fucking F-Zero, but it's fun and cute. But it's like, you know, fucking hey, man, like, I was clamoring for Nintendo Land just because it was going to be something resembling F-Zero on a console on my fucking TV. Like, it's, you know, it's crazy they haven't made more of this. But
yeah,
I don't know.
How about
currently
so many?
Go ahead, Jesse.
I was gonna say, how about, since there's so many characters, if they could make some kind of like racing game RPG hybrid,
Yeah.
like, or maybe like a racing game fighting game hybrid or something, because they have the cast of characters and they're all weird and unique and they have different cars and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's all the different planets and like there's a rich lore that they could just tap into, I think.
Yeah, and there's like reverence for past Nintendo series in those characters. I mean, there's like there's James McCloud as a character. One of the characters is named Zoda. That's the fucking final boss from Star Tropics. I mean, it's not like people like nostalgia these days, so there'd be no reason to populate a game with a bunch of weird riffs on old Nintendo characters and make them race fucking hovercrafts. No one would want that. But yeah, no, it's just you know, if you want to just dive right into, you know, just riffing on great ideas for future F-Zero games. I mean, like, you know, it's just, I don't understand it. Like, it's not Mario Kart. Like, you know, Mario Kart's fun and arcadey and, you know, it's accessible and also deep and challenging. And F-Zero was not terribly accessible and deep and challenging. Like, what's wrong with making a game for, like, your hardcore racing crowd? Like, you know, did they just, like... Did they not want to follow up F-Zero because everybody was making on other systems like Wipeout and fucking, you know, Burnout? I mean, like, you know, I've been craving like some fucking fast ass, hard ass racing for years now. And, you know, I keep on having to go to the PlayStation for it, man. I don't like having to do that. Like, it's crazy, man. Just, you know, give me Captain Falcon. I don't even care about Captain Falcon. Give me all the other guys. Give me anybody. Give me hovercrafts and fucking, you know, crazy outlandish fucking arenas, and that's all I need, baby. Like, and even going back to,
I really think you kind of nailed it when you were talking about like they hit peak and then just said fuck it, because F-Zero GX, like, outstanding tracks,
Yep.
like really
great graphics.
like really fun gameplay, like really tight controls, really gorgeous graphics. You could build your own race machine. You could customize everything. Like it was peak F-Zero, and then they said, "Nah, we're good."
Yeah. But I mean, it's just it's a fun world to dive into, and just it can be anything you want. It can be like just a more insane Star Wars universe. Like it, just imagine if Star Wars had just made a bunch of shit about just pod racing. Like I would have played the hell out of that. That would have scratched the F-Zero itch pretty well. Like that's probably why I had Episode 1 Racer. Yeah, because it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty much like F-Zero. Like but if they took that and just made a fucking like an anime-based, series of fucking racing games with crazy characters and spaceships. I mean, that's, I don't know. It's like too easy. It's just fucking easy layup, man. And they're just not doing it. But I don't know. Maybe Nintendo doesn't like space. Their Metroid entries are sparse. Star Fox, even sparser.
Wow, that was pretty on point, dude.
Yes, prompt. But yeah, their support for Star Fox has been sparser than their support for Metroid, and their support for F-Zero has been even more sparse than their support for Star Fox. So, like, I don't know, man.
Maybe you've hit the nail on the head. Maybe it's just an aversion to space, and instead they should just make like F-Zero Alpha, and it's like an F-Zero game set in like a fantasy world where you're racing dragons and shit.
See, that's an idea, but also F-Zero, the start of it is it starts because like aliens and like interdimensional things come to Earth and advance our technology. So like like F-Zero Alpha taking place on Earth would be pretty dope. Like where we're first starting to build fucking crazy F-Zero tracks around the pyramids or some shit. Like, yeah, I'd still play that, but that's all way past just the original F-Zero. Like the original F-Zero is
it's mode 7
funny.
demo the game. Like,
it's a great demo though, baby. Like it's strange. I keep revisiting it. Like every time I get a fucking like an emulator based system or like a Super NES Classic or like a virtual console. It's like, yeah, I'll get F-Zero on that. Why not? I fucking love F-Zero. And I always, in revisiting it, play it for a few hours for like the first day of a virtual console launch, and then I'm like, well, that was fun, and that's that. Because the one big thing that this game is lacking, 2-player. Where is it? Like, what the fuck? It's crazy to me. It's one of those games where I thought I had memories of playing it 2-player, then it's like, wait, no, I didn't. It was always a trade-off. It's like the original Double Dragon for NES. It's like, surely I played that 2-player. I know it's not possible, but I'm pretty sure I did it. And no, I didn't. That doesn't make any sense. Why is F-Zero a fucking racing game that you can only play 1 player? It's a blast, but it's not. It needs 2 players. It's bizarre, quite frankly.
What came out first? Did F-Zero come out before Super Mario Kart?
Yes, this was a launch title for the SNES.
Okay, yeah. So my
came out in 92, I believe.
So my guess in the case of the original is they probably were trying to figure out how to do 2-player with the Mode 7 style graphics, and they figured it out by the time Mario Kart came around. But are later games still single player?
Oh no, they had a multiplayer starting at F-Zero X, and it was dope.
Okay.
See, and that's what I think that like I have a weird history with this series because I started with F-Zero GX, and then I got like F-Zero X on the virtual console.
Right.
And then I went back to play the original. I was like, wait, it's single player? There's only 4 characters? What the fuck is this?
Yeah, they're not even characters at that point. They're just vehicles. It's like you want the blue, the green, the yellow, or the pink. And we all went pink. Not really. We all went blue. Because blue's the best. Come on. But like, I don't know, man. It's a little tough to revisit now because it is just kind of a Mode 7 demo. But like, this game is still like held up in like kind of like the pantheon of like 16-bit games as like games that kind of changed the racing genre. Like, it established like futuristic racers, and it established a fucking like speed level that everybody else was trying to attain in racing. And it's like, why the fuck didn't Nintendo, like, they only supported this for so much longer? And it's like, why don't they make super fast space racing games anymore? I just, it's crazy they would abandon that.
There was one on Wii
Wipeout
U recently.
True. I love Wipeout. It's very fun.
Wipeout's a thing. I think it's called like Fast Racing Neo or something.
Yeah. They really
Like-
should have just bought that and made it F-Zero.
Like, they're making non-F-Zero games, but not F-Zero, which is weird.
yeah,
Would
it is.
Would you be mad if they brought back Extreme G instead?
Yes, actually, because I almost chose Extreme G this week because it's like, oh yeah, that's a game that I played on the Nintendo 64 a couple times. They made like 3 of those, and then I remembered they were made by Acclaim, and they kind of suck. Like they're kind of fun. They were a
They're
good
okay
rental.
rentals, yeah.
They were a great rental. Because it's like loop-de-loop tracks and futuristic shit, and the cars have like guns and stuff, and you can So it's like F-Zero plus Mario Kart divided by motorcycles, carry the Acclaim, and you ended up with Extreme
Dash and
G.
Jet Moto.
Right. Oh man, Jet Moto was another one. That is one that I do not have fondness for. Like
Oh, yeah.
that
man,
series I never found to be very good.
This is
Can
weird.
we just combine like Nintendo's Forgotten Racing series and get a new game that's a version of F-Zero and Wave Racer? So you're going around like futuristic tracks on little personal hover machines.
Hey, might as well, baby. Like, that's that sounds great because I love Wave Race too.
Jet skiing in that one Dead or Alive beach volleyball game was really good.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to take your word for it. I was like, wait a minute, why am I racking my brain? I didn't play that. But I mean, shit, man, I like jet skiing in Wii Sports Resort. That's what's up. Like, it's rudimentary and there's not even racing, but it's fun as fuck. So yeah, they should bring back jet skis. They should bring back hovercrafts. They should bring back Captain Falcon because apparently, I guess he's dead now. And they gotta bring everything back, man. Like,
I mean, I still wish, kind of going on Jesse's idea of like, how can they incorporate F-Zero into other genres? Like, they need to call up Platinum and make an action adventure beat 'em up
Hell
starring Captain Falcon
oh yeah, we've been over that.
with like
And-
racing levels interspersed.
I'd be in favor of it. Like, because didn't Platinum do that Transformers Devastation or whatever? Like, they've proven that they could do a beat 'em up featuring vehicles. So, like, I'm in. That sounds dope. And my last idea that I had, and I think it might actually be a great one, and I need to get, we need to get the Shiggy phone reactivated because I haven't talked to him in a while. But like,
The idea of us just having like a red phone on standby, like
yeah,
Batman, but it's
he's-
Shigeru Miyamoto.
exactly. Shiggy's our superhero, and we need to be able to call him anytime. We're not the mayor, but we need to be able to contact the man with our great ideas.
We're the mayor of GTT town.
Guys,
Seriously.
I'll grab the Shiggy phone. John, that's just a beer can.
Yeah, John, that's a cup full of piss. What are you doing?
Oh no.
But yeah, my great idea that I had when I was reading that interview with Shiggy, and he's like, oh, what would you want that you haven't had before? It's like, well, you could just keep it great, and if you're skeptical about the idea that fans want a new game, why don't you give the fans a chance to show you that they want some new F-Zero? I'm talking F-Zero Maker. Like, think
Hell
if they
yeah.
fucking had a thing for the Switch where you could draw an F-Zero track, add a couple of hazards, and like publish levels online for other people to download. It would fucking hit.
The fucking like Labo vehicle like motorcycle thing, you
Yeah.
can trace your Joy-Con and build a track.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, man, it would have been it's a great fucking idea, and quite frankly, I hope that I get a chance to pitch it to somebody. Because seriously, F-Zero, SNES tracks, they're so simple, and it would be such a fucking killer idea to be able to just like trace a little track, fucking choose the number of cars and hazards and things, and then race through it mode 7 style. Like, you just need a couple of skins, and you need I don't know, it's a great fucking idea, and it would show that everybody still has interest in F-Zero, because I think there's more people out there with interest than Shiggy realizes. I love Shiggy; he's a whimsical man, but I think he might be a little bit wrong on this one. Like, just what would you want from a new F-Zero? I don't know. Why don't you make one, and we'll let you know.
And I'm gonna stop myself before I drag out the Shiggy soapbox. Like,
Yes,
He's a wonderful, creative, talented man, close personal friend of the show. But his like, well, what could we add new? It's like sometimes you don't need new, and we just want to play the same thing. Like,
Yeah,
we want to experience the same but slightly better.
right.
Not all the time, but
Make it pretty.
We want F-Zero to turn into Madden.
Yeah. What could you do that we haven't already done? I don't know. It's a racing game, and there's other genres of games, so you can do
Add new
anything.
racers.
Yeah.
we want F-Zero to be Madden, but maybe F-Zero to be Call of Duty.
Let's
See,
fucking
ooh.
Star Fox be in it. I mean, the
Battle Royale mode.
Oh,
There you
here we go. So you have
The F stands for Fortnite.
you have Super Smash Brothers. You've got Super Smash Brothers. You could just expand that genre into like Super Race Brothers or something like that.
That would be sweet.
We're going to work on that title.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Considering that Link, Isabelle, and like the Inklings are in Mario Kart now.
Yeah, they've pretty much done that, John. But
yeah.
if all those characters were in a F-Zero outer space, high speed racing game as opposed to adorable little Mario Kart, that'd be pretty cool too. But
Love it if the Ice Climbers were in F-Zero piloting like a future kart based on like a snowmobile.
that's what I'm talking
Hell
about. I mean, the possibilities are limitless. It's outer space, motherfucker. Anything can happen out there. But anyway, F-Zero is dope. It's fun to play for a couple hours at a time whenever you get the next SNES Classic or whatever Nintendo releases the original on. And hopefully one day Shiggy will come around and we'll get another one of these. But just in the meantime, I'll just keep waiting. And Johnny, let's keep going.
Game 2.
All right, guys. My hint for this is that this is a rogue-like dungeon exploration game, but it adds a beat-matching rhythm game set to an original soundtrack by Danny Baranowski. Anybody need me to do that trivia again?
No.
No.
All right. You guys all seem pretty confident.
Brimming.
Ooh, okay. Let's see here. David says Binding of Isaac, which is incorrect. John says Super Meat Boy Mystery Dungeon, which would be great, but is incorrect. Jesse
For the
says
record, that's Super Meat Beat Mystery
Super-
Dungeon. I listened to the trivia.
Super Meat Beat. And then Jesse says Crypt of the Necrodancer, which is correct.
David Weiland used Binding of Isaac, didn't he?
Oh, I
Probably. That's totally
Well, I
fine.
think
Okay.
I believe, if I recall correctly, he said technically he used Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. So
For a second-
you still could have been right.
At first, I thought you were about to say David Weiland used Crypt of the Necrodancer, didn't he? And I was gonna be like, "Fuck!"
Oh,
That would have been great.
That was my thought when I was preparing for the show. I'm like, we've used F-Zero before, right? Like,
Yeah, that's I mentioned in the chat when you played F-Zero, it's like, oh, it can't possibly be this. We've used this, haven't we?
yeah.
Fuck, how have we not used this?
Did we go 133 episodes into a video game music show without playing F-Zero? Did we also go 133 episodes into a video game music show without using Crypt of the Necro Dancer?
It is so good.
Is it?
I just picked it up last weekend on sale. A coworker recommended it. It was on sale for $3 on Steam, so I got it because it's $3. I don't give a fuck, and it's well worth it. Whatever the full price is, it's worth it. It's out on Switch this year, I believe. You can get it on anything. So it's a roguelike dungeon exploration game. So it's a game where with randomly generated dungeons, and you have to do things to the beat of the music. So you
Have to?
yes, if you're off,
Oh, no.
if you're not in tune, if you're not in sync with the music, just nothing happens. You miss the beat. And much like Guitar Hero, if you keep in beat for long enough, you build up a like a coin multiplier as you pick up coins. You know, so if you're doing well, you'll get up to 2, 3, 4x. And it's a lot of fun. The soundtrack is phenomenal. I love the soundtrack, and it's got a good amount of replay because you can unlock additional characters that have different attributes. Like there's one. So one mistake I made is I bought since it was on sale, I bought like the whole DLC bundle. Like I just got everything in one big shot. So I'm not sure where the base game ends and the DLC begins, but like there is one character you can get that lets you play it without having to be set to the beat of the music. Just you move and then everybody else moves, and that's kind of nice because that lets you figure out like the enemy patterns. But yeah, there's another character that like he's a monk. If you pick up any gold, you immediately die, but all the items in the shops are free. So like there's pros and cons to playing him.
Okay.
And as you go through, the levels get harder and faster. Like the music gets faster, you get more enemies. Where's
our oh my sound?
Oh my!
Thanks, David.
I'm here for you, buddy.
Yeah.
And yeah, the only controls are up, down, left, right. So you can play it on a keyboard, you can play it on a gamepad, you can play it on a dance pad. I haven't tried it on a dance pad. I don't have a dance pad.
I was gonna say that's convenient because I just bought the Nintendo Switch dance pad, and man, it's gonna come in handy for this and that inevitable DDR Mario mix port. That's happening, right?
I was kind of wondering where you were going because you were saying like you can play it on a keyboard, you can play it on a gamepad, you can play it on like what the fuck else could you play it on?
Go on.
You can play it on like a smoke screen stack, like
you can
where you waft the smoke.
You can plug into your
indicate directions.
You can plug into your cat's USB port and play on your cat. There's tons of options.
You can play it on a TI-83.
Can you use the Donkey Kong bongos?
I don't know because do those have
do they
have 4 inputs? You need at least 4.
I mean, I'd imagine you could because you could use like left for left, right for right, both for down, and then clap for up. So yeah, I imagine you could.
I forgot about clap.
Yeah. But then it gets tricky because
was crucial to Donkey Kong Jungle Beat.
They do map certain actions to like up and left. Right? Like some spells are up and left, or placing a bomb is down and left. So that would get very fucking tricky on the Conga drums.
Yeah, David, we've never established this. How do you throw a Hadouken when you're playing Donkey Kong Jungle Beat? It's complicated.
I think you might have confused your games slightly. Although now all I really want is Donkey Kong and Street Fighter.
It'd be such a good idea, especially if you could play it with a bongo controller. Like, how do you do a quarter circle input when you've only got 2 bongos?
It reminds me of when Dragon Quest VIII came out and they released like the special edition where you got a PS2 controller shaped like a slime.
Oh my!
And
God,
there was some magazine like posting a picture of it. I think it was EGM. It was like, yeah, imagine playing like Madden with this.
Yeah, I love oddly shaped video game controllers.
Like that chainsaw.
I was gonna say the fucking GameCube chainsaw controller was the best.
And the PlayStation Wu-Tang controller. It was so good and so unwieldy.
I'm still pissed that the PlayStation 3 got rid of the boomerang controller. I wish they kept the boomerang controller.
Yeah, cool. I barely remember that. But
which you could have used with Crypt of the Dead.
Yes, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Can you play it with a boomerang?
Maybe. So this is definitely this is kind of like it's like Super Meat Boy.
No, you play it with the Dreamcast Samba de Amigo set of maracas.
Ooh, possibly.
You better be able to.
You could, because I mean,
they would detect the heights at which you shake,
exactly.
and you could shake in diagonals. Like, I think you could do it, man. And then
enough inputs.
Think about the rhythm of, Crypt of the Maraca Dancer. That would be a great idea.
Can you play it with the U-Force?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which one is that? Is that the one you have to yell at it until to yell like fire,
No,
fire, fire, fire?
If
fire.
I remember, the U-Force was like, it was an NES peripheral. I may have gotten the name wrong. I've had a few beers, but it was kind of like, it was a giant like L screen shaped setup, and you would like use your hands for the controllers. It was like very
remember this,
fundamental, like Connect.
Mm.
God,
there was-
Actually,
I'm gonna have
it
to
goes
look
without
this up. So
saying-
in like 3 minutes, I'll be able to
Johnny,
tell you.
could you play this with the Sega Activator?
Yeah,
I was
wondering
I was
about that.
googling for the name of that because I couldn't remember it.
It's
Damn
either
it!
that or the reactor, because one of them is the backpack thing, and I get those two mixed up.
The activator.
Yeah, that's what it was. No, it was. It was the U-Force. The U-Force is a game controller made by Broderbund for the NES that employs a pair
Ooh.
of perpendicular consumer IR sensor panels to translate the user's hand movements into controller signals.
That sounds terrible.
Oh, it sucked. It was awful, and it never worked.
Can you play it with a Tony Stark hologram computer for the NES made by Broderbund? Yes. Yeah. Sounds fucking terrible though. Oh shit. Anyway, so
It's
Johnny, you actually have played this. You didn't just pick this for the dope soundtrack and the oddness of playing with the dance pad.
Yeah, no, I've played it a bunch this past weekend.
Wow.
I didn't beat it. I got pretty close, but I haven't gotten there yet. But it's the kind of game where it's like Super Meat Boy. Like, you're gonna die a lot. You're gonna lose a lot. But
Especially if you have no rhythm.
yeah. But you can, like, as you play, you can, like, in the stages, you collect gems and you can use, or diamonds or whatever, and you can use them to buy permanent upgrades, you know, kind of thing. So even when you lose, you can still get a little boost for the next time you play, you know. And that kind of keeps you going. God, and the soundtrack is so good. Like, I just love the soundtrack. And you can buy, and again, this is the problem of like, I'm not sure where my base game ends and DLC begins, but I think you can buy additional soundtracks, and then you can have like individual characters get their own soundtrack, or you can just be like, no, I just want to hear this, you know, cover of the soundtrack. So they have remixes by like that guy A Rival who did the soundtrack for Mega Man X Street Fighter.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
They have the Family Jewels does a cover, and there's a couple more. I can't remember all of them off the top of my head, but you got some options for like what style music you want.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Well, if it's done by Danny Baranowski, I mean, it's
good.
pretty great, man. That guy, he you know, he's not got like a long and, you know, storied career, but he's doing pretty fucking good so far. So you know, this is from what I can see the last thing on his like, you know, video game music gamography, and I'm like, ooh, I want to know what he's doing next. Like, he's that guy makes really good video game music.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense they would make it into a weird beat game that nobody, you know, like, who thought of this? Like, that's such a bizarre fucking idea. Like,
It
hey, you know what's
is.
cool? Dungeon crawlers. You know what else is cool? DDR. And then nobody at that point went, is it? And you know,
But it is.
Necro Dancer. Like,
It's so good. Like, it is so, like, I have a blast playing it.
yeah, that sounds fun.
It's my kind of game because, like, what's the story? I don't give a fuck. I just like
No.
play. And I can come back like 2 weeks later and like I know what's going on because there's no story to care about. It's fine.
Right, exactly. It's a roguelike. You know, oh man, I don't remember where I'm going. Doesn't matter. The dungeon's been randomized. Just keep going.
Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah.
The levels are pretty cool. The third level is a like fire and ice kind of level, and that one's interesting because it actually has two soundtracks. And as you move between the fire and ice part of the stages, it transitions between the two songs. You know, like they're at the same tempo and all that. But one's more dance clubby and one's more rock. The second track that we played tonight is from that like rock version.
I love it. It's, you know, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
really cool. You know, frankly, I don't know. Somebody needs to rip it off, and but it just came out. It came out for Switch, so I guess they don't need to rip it off. I guess I could just play it.
Yeah, just
So
get
that's
it.
good too. Yeah.
get
Good
it.
idea, John.
Just try it.
Don't try and reason your way out of it. Just fucking get it.
Just play it. It's a great game. It's so fun. It's so good. Go get the DLC so you can get the part where the music where the rhythm part is taken out. That way you can
Yep.
get an idea of how it all works, and then go back and be like, okay, let me play the main character and do it.
I dig it. Anything else on Crypt of the Necro Dancer, John?
There's a shopkeeper that you find throughout the game, and when you find him, he like sings on top of the sound on top of the music. But it's just like they just mapped like one audio sample to like a MIDI thing, and it sounds ridiculous. Like it's so good.
Awesome.
I love it.
I support, poorly done singing in games, video game music with lyrics, A-okay by me, baby. So
No, it's just they just like and then they just map it like it's just all over.
no, that's even better than video game music with lyrics. That's awesome. Fantastic, man.
And I make it a tiny challenge to myself now. Like I'm gonna see if I can kill the shopkeeper. Like, it's not easy.
Awesome, dude. Well, yeah, I think that's fucking excellent, and I think we should move on to the next game.
All right.
Game 3.
So, this game featured a unique pre-order bonus. If you pre-ordered this game, you would be able to download a brand new soundtrack for the game that replaced all of the music with instrumental versions. Song makes quite an impact, does it not?
David, are you making a joke?
Wow.
Perhaps.
That was mega excellent.
John.
So Jesse Moore was the first with his answer with Mega Man 11. John Regan says Mega Man 11, and John Harrington says Mega Man 11. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a hat trick.
Johnny, can we see that card one more time? Because I really thought he wrote Mega Man 4.
It kind of looked like a 4-ish.
That's
but-
an
That's
11.
a fucking
That's an
4,
11,
baby.
I can see how that's a 4.
That's a fucking 4. None of that was Dustman's theme, John, you fucking idiot.
John, did you mean Vegas tape or Vegas tape? No, I meant vegan tape.
God damn it, John.
Your fucking Central Florida accent.
This and me losing August Absurdity are the bit that will never die. Anyway.
So this is Mega Man 11. And John, you were correct. I was making a joke. That final song was, in fact, the theme of Impact Man.
Uh-huh. And
Like,
what does he do?
Is he like the font Impact? Is that what he does?
Oh my
Exactly.
god! Yeah.
He's a meme.
No, he just comes down and then like slightly boldens himself. No, Impact Man, I believe in Japan he's called Spike Man, but he's like a construction robot with giant spikes who
Don't-
pounds and impacts.
But normally spikes kill Mega Man in one hit.
See, you know,
Oh, they changed it to Impact Man.
yeah, exactly. That's why they had to change it.
Don't question it.
And this game offers similar to Mega Man 8. This game has extensive voice acting, so all of the Robot Masters have voice lines, so they all have a bit more personality. For some reason, Impact Man has like an odd European accent.
Like Tornado Tunyon?
No, because he's not wearing lederhosen.
Okay.
He's like this big, like buff construction robot, but with this oddly like European accent.
Huh.
Yeah.
Now,
it's
when you say similar to Mega Man 8, is it as bad as Mega Man 8?
No, it is better.
Thank God.
There are a few characters who are like the voice actors were clearly like they were hired and presented with the script and just said like go, and we're kind of like all right, I'm gonna do my best. But a lot of the voice acting is pretty good.
What's the name of this villain again? Dr. Wowee. Are you sure about that? That doesn't sound right.
Man's pretty good. Dr. Wily's pretty good. All of the Robot Masters are pretty good. Which is good because it adds a little bit of personality to all of them.
It really does. I'm not opposed to it. I'm just opposed to it sucking. Like,
it doesn't suck.
good.
Although I do think like keeping that Mega Man tradition alive. The weakest link in the voice acting is probably Dr. Light. Like he's not like ridiculous Elmer Fudd Dr. Light, but he is just kind of like I am an old scientist. Here, it's the double gear system. Come, Mega Man. Like he's just
It's Wobit season.
They should have, instead of going to the Elmer Fudd, they should have just chosen like a different Looney Tune to base Dr. Light's voice off.
Foghorn Leghorn. I say,
Yeah.
I like it, Mega Man. I say.
Or fucking like Marvin the Martian. These robot masters make me very angry.
So, what's up, Brock?
Blah, 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 blah.
no.
What's up, Rock wins.
But aside from all of that, Mega Man 11 is pretty damn great.
David, I would like you to do Dr. Light quote in Tweety Bird's voice, please.
God, I'm trying to remember what Tweety Bird's voice was. Was it just like
I taught Robot Master.
Yeah, you don't pronounce H's.
Anyway,
Oh my god, this is the best new bit.
I know my Looney Tunes.
Mega Man X Looney Tunes is the next crossover that we need.
Johnny, you're despicable.
actually, now I'm just sitting here thinking like Duck Man, Rabbit Man, Hunter Man, like
Coyote Man.
Rabbit Man, Duck Man, Season Man. It's really confusing.
I'm going to talk about this game, goddammit. Mega Man 11 is pretty damn great. Am I the only person who has yet to play Mega Man 11?
Wait, you haven't played it yet?
I mean, out of our group, am I the only one who has played it? Have y'all yet to play it?
I have not played it, no.
Yeah, no, this is you, Haas.
Okay. Although, Johnny, I'm kind of surprised you've yet to play it because this is the first Mega Man game to be released on Steam, not including re-releases.
Oh, shit. Excuse me.
Yeah, pardon me.
All right, show canceled. Johnny's going to go play Mega Man 11. No, this game is actually really fucking fun. It's kind of it's a weird complaint, if I dare to call it that. It's kind of safe. Like you play through the 8 Robot Master stages. There's a couple Wily stages, spoilers. And then, you fight the Robot Masters again, and then you fight Wily, end. Like, you know how Mega Man, like, 4 and 5 and 6 had, like, another castle afterwards, and, like, Mega Man 10 had, like, you beat Wily, but, oh no, there's another stage we have to fight him again. It doesn't have that. Like, it's kind of short for a Mega Man game, but, like, what's in here is really, really good.
Now, in fairness, didn't that shit get a little exhausting after a while? Like, oh no, it's Dr. Cossack. Oh no, it's Proto Man, but he's bad now. Oh no, it's whatever was happening in Mega Man 6. Like, we know
Mr.
it's Mr. X, which was clearly Dr. Wily. Like, good God, that wasn't even trying. That was Mr. X was the Dr. Wily version of Mr. Snrub. It was like so clearly Dr. Wily.
I'm totally mad that you're so right.
Yeah, it was so clear.
I mean, like, the story obviously didn't do favors, but at least there were more stages. You know what I mean? Like, this just...
Right, I know, I'm just...
Wily's Castle, what comes next? Oh, the credits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I forgot. Isn't there supposed to be another guy with a fucking crazy elaborate castle? I guess not. No, whatever. Dr. Wily didn't have a costume budget this year.
But I mean, like, the stages themselves are really good. The gameplay is really good. It looks really good. All of the Robot Masters are excellent, and their weapons, like... So you know how a lot of Mega Man games, there's always that one weapon you get that you never switch to anything else? Like, Mega Man 1 had Elecman's weapon. Mega Man 2 had the fucking Metal Blade. Like, 9 had the Laser Trident. 4 had, like, the Ring Boomerang. Like, there's that one weapon that you
Laser
get.
Trident? You mean Gravity Bomb?
Okay, yes. Sure.
Come on.
But I mean, like, there's always that one weapon you get. In this game, like, every weapon has its own specific use, and, like, you're switching between them constantly. Like, it really, really uses... It finds good uses for all of the Robot Master weapons.
That I'm actually happy to hear, because, like, even as far back as Mega Man 2, it's like, oh, look, Flashman's stage has things that can be blown up by crash bombs. I don't care. And it doesn't really come up. Like, it's good they're giving you reasons to actually switch. Like, Mega Man 4, like, am I ever going to use Rain Flush? No, I'm not.
That, and I love the fact that every Robot Master can be beaten with just the Mega Buster. Like, you know how in Mega Man games, it's you go through all of them and find, like, okay, who's the one to beat? All right, now I've got their weapon. Who do I use that against?
Right.
And then who do I use that? You can actually, the first time I played this game, I was like, okay, I'm a little low on health. I don't want to use up my weapon energy and everything. I'm just going to try with the Mega Buster. I beat like half the Robot Masters with just the Mega Buster.
That's
like,
cool.
It is possible to beat them that way. And it's a lot of fun too. Like, most of the bosses in this game are a ton of fun to fight.
Now, do you think you can beat it with the Mega Buster because it's not immediately intuitive how you beat some of these things with these other things' weaknesses? Like, you got Block Man and Fuse Man and Tundra Man. It's like, now wait a minute, does Tundra beat Fuse?
Yes.
Like, I don't know, John.
You are incorrect. Spoilers. This game follows Mega Man 1. The electric weapon beats the ice boss.
Of course. What was I thinking?
Actually, the first time I played this game, I figured out the Robot Master weaknesses. Like, every time I tried one, I got it right. So I was able to figure it out pretty quickly.
Right.
But as I went back through repeat plays, like, it's like, I'm going to try this with just the Mega Buster. And a couple of them, like Torch Man and Fuse Man, you can do it with just the Mega Buster, but it's kind of a bitch.
Mm.
But most of them, like, you could, like, I beat Block Man, Tundra Man, Bounce Man. Yeah, Bounce Man's ridiculous.
Bounce Man, though.
Is this stage just like a nightclub? That's what I'm picturing.
No, it's. Yeah. I wish that would make it so much better. It's like
get past the door,
with,
man.
like, bouncy balls.
He's a bouncer.
You're not on the list.
It's Big Bertha's stage. She's the bouncer at the Boom Boom Room.
Actually, Man would be so much better if he was a bouncer. If you just get to the room, like the door opens, and then he just
Whoa,
knocks
now.
you out and the door closes.
Nope.
You get through that first door, and then you have to stand in line to get past him. Wait, come on, man.
Hallway in
Bunch of
between
people
rooms,
behind
it's just
you
a
is-
giant line with velvet ropes.
If you don't bring a girl with you, you don't get to see Bounce Man.
Hey, why'd you let them in? They're on the list. But you're not letting me in. You're not on the list. Why do I get on the list? I don't know.
If you bring Roll as a partner, you get to actually go in to see Bounce Man. I like it.
Depending on how she's dressed.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes they'll just let her in and not Mega Man.
I love the idea of you beat Bounce Man. You got the list.
I love the idea that like you can get a case of some bad RNG and never see Bounce Man. Like, oh yeah, sometimes only Roll gets in. Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a different guy tonight. I don't know this guy.
Sorry, you're not on this list, man. I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, Bounce Man would also look pretty good with like a black suit and a ponytail. So anyway, that's not what he is, right? He's a ball.
Giant ball who works in like an amusement park. Yeah, real quick, the Robot Masters in Mega Man 11, you got Block Man, Acid Man, Impact Man, Bounce Man, Fuse Man, Tundra Man, Torch Man, and Blast Man.
You ran through this pretty quick. I could come up with a joke for each of them, David, but you got to let it breathe, man.
And, if this is your first time playing Mega Man 11, go back and listen very carefully to that order, wink, wink.
No way. Did you just spoil the game for people?
I spoiled the game when I said Dr. Wily was the villain, but also like that's ignoring 30 years of Mega Man. So
That's exactly. If if you're just joining us in Mega Man 11, then you should probably know the villain's gonna be Dr. Wily eventually.
So where in the timeline does this take place?
Ooh, is it a prequel?
the end.
Oh, so this is the last one?
Yeah. Which is
Okay.
weird because they go through the whole X series and the whole Zero series and the whole Star Force series, and then they go back to Mega Man Classic.
God, what were we thinking with all that crap? Anyway, here's Bounce Man.
What about Battle Network?
Battle Network is parallel.
Oh, okay. What
It's
about
an alternate universe?
are the power battles canon?
Alternate
Jesus.
universe.
Soccer?
Alternate universe. Everything's in an alternate universe.
What about that weird board game?
It's the fucking Mega Man multiverse.
Oh,
Mega Man
that
and
Mega Man
Bat?
universe. Wait, no, I don't want to bring up Mega Man universe again.
Oh, no.
Game 4.
Oh, I think he let it happen.
All right.
All right. So this is our fan request for the evening. This one comes to us from frequent requester Mixmaster. And thank you very much for that request, Mixmaster. The name of this game's setting appears to be an attempt at a portmanteau of three things: a Japanese word for cute, an American state, and one of the consoles that this game was released on. Oh, yeah. So, how's everybody feeling?
Pretty good.
Trivia one more time.
This game's setting, the name of this game's setting appears to be an attempt at a portmanteau of three things: a Japanese word for cute, an American state, and one of the consoles that this game was released on.
Just had to look up who developed the game, and it suddenly made a lot of sense.
I figured it would, man. I saw you kind of, getting deep in thought on that first song. Okay, Jesse says Chibi Robo, which is unfortunately incorrect. John says, fuck. I'll let him read it. Johnny, what did you write?
Kawaii Alaska Cast.
You got one of the words right. And David's got the correct answer. He says go vacation. Yes, it's Go Vacation.
Which was developed by Namco, and I could tell because that first song is a remix of the results screen from motherfucking Galaga.
It's beautiful, right?
As soon as I heard, it's like, wait, I know this melody because I played the fuck out of Galaga.
I know you did, man. But yeah, I didn't necessarily pick it because of that. But once I found out that it was developed by Namco and it had remixes of like old Namco themes in it, I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'll play at least like one of those. Like they had the Galaga song, they had like some Pac-Man songs. One of the songs that I almost picked was from Mappy. Like
that is a deep fucking cut.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, I should play this Mappy song for everybody. And then it's like, wait, no, nobody will know that. They'll just hear a nice ukulele song, which works too because it's like, oh, it's Go Vacation. Like it's pretty clear. It's an island setting and everybody's just hanging out, having a nice time. It happens to be a fictional island developed by Namco, but man, it's what a fucking game this is. So yeah, to just quickly address the trivia, the island that you play on, obviously I was gonna say, like, David, do you know the island that you play on and Go Vacation?
Woohoo Island?
Yeah. No, it's and like I said, it's a clumsy portmanteau of three things. the Japanese word for cute, kawaii, an American state, Hawaii, and one of the consoles that Go Vacation was released on, the Wii. So
it's Hawaii?
it's Kauai Island, which also could be a Mega Man 8 reference now that I'm saying it out loud.
Oh god.
Yeah.
You must stop, Dr. Kawaii.
That's Dr. Kawaii. He's got 4 resorts, Mega Man. You must complete 50 mini games, Mega Man. And decorate your villa.
See, what we need to do is we need to combine Mega Man 8 with like Zelda CDI. It's like you must defeat these 4 robot masters, Mega Man. Oh boy!
God help me. So anyway, Johnny, I'm assuming you played a shitload of Go Vacation, right?
So much Go Vacation.
You're a Nintendo console owner and a frequent player of children's minigames.
And
Am
a
I
huge
right?
National Lampoon fan. So, like, of course I played Go Vacation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the game you play as Randy Quaid.
I enjoyed Go Vacation, but honestly, I thought Go Christmas Vacation was much better.
Right.
Yeah, Go
And that
European
remake of
Go European
Switch-
Vacation is trash.
and that Switch remake of Go Vacation with Ed Helms. Fuck that one. Oh man.
Oh god.
Frankly, these would actually be a lot of fun if they somehow were that. But no, it's Go Vacation. It's not Wii Sports Resort. It's Go Vacation. Man, David, so I know you didn't play Go Vacation, but did you get much into like Wii Sports Resort or any of like just the fucking like mini game like Waggle Fests on the Wii, or were you more of a prestige guy?
I definitely played the fuck out of Wii Sports Resort, which is not Go Vacation. I'm glad we made that distinction so we can now talk about Wii Sports Resort.
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about Wii Sports Resort. I love Wii Sports Resort. I really just want to focus on Go Vacation, because when they announced that Go Vacation was coming to the Switch, I guess like earlier this year, or maybe last year, they were showing a trailer for it, and I was like, wait a minute, is this going to be Super Wii Sports Resort? And then it turned out it was Go Vacation, a port of a fucking Wii game that was already a thing. I'm like, oh man, like I thought for sure they were announcing like, Wii Sports Resort 2. And then it was like, wait, no, squint real hard. Those aren't Mii's. Those are fucking like Avatar characters cooked up by Namco. Son of a bitch. Like, there's no way this is good. But at the time, I got really fucking excited because it's like, okay, it's Wii Sports Resort, but it's an island with like 4 distinct resorts. You've got the snow resort, you got the beach resort, you've got the city resort, which I only assume means like elaborate fuck palace. And then you've got like the mountain, like, nature resort. And I'm like, this sounds fucking great. Like, you get to go around a big crazy island and do a bunch of mini games. And, it's like, it's got like everything that you want from those games, just all packed into one and simplified down to just like probably one button and some waggling controls. I mean, like, who could ask for more?
Yeah, I remember when this was like coming towards Switch, and I was like, it's kind of like Wii Sports Switch. I'd be into that. And then,
totally would.
I didn't get it.
That's pretty much where I was too. Like,
mainly because like Splatoon 2 had come out. It's like, fuck it, I'm not going to play anything else.
Yeah, and like my son is currently 6 months old, and I'm not going to keep bringing my Switch over to my fucking nephew's house. He's 5.5, but like this seems like the kind of game that if like this Christmas I was getting my nephew a Switch, I would get him like Smash Brothers and fucking Go Vacation. Like, this is the kind of game for a fucking 5.5-year-old kid, because it's simple, it's probably fun, and it's just like bright and colorful, and I don't have to worry about any of the content in it. There can't possibly be anything fucked up in this game. Like, you get to do, water sports and fucking mountain stuff and skiing.
Did you say
and then it's got a bunch.
Did you say water
Shut up,
sports?
John.
You can Google that, and sometimes you'll be surprised.
Damn it! Why'd I lead off with water sports?
Let's take this podcast into a very dark direction.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's it's the kind of game that's built either for a kid or it's built for me and my fucking nephew to play together. Like, this has like fucking Rainy Saturday written all over it. Like, just hang out, pal around on an island, do some surfing, do some like ping pong, do some bowling, do some dance clubbing. This game's got so much shit going on.
Do some water sports.
Yeah, exactly. you get to the VIP room at the club for the water sports.
You unlock the plastic sheets.
Yes, exactly. There's that piss rhythm game. Yeah. But no, the game just looks fun, man. Like I don't know. I'm a sucker for this shit. Like I'm certainly not going to pay full price for this. I'm certainly not going to pay $50 to fucking play this game. But like, man, if they had this downloadable for $20, I might have pulled the trigger on it already. Because like this shit, like I love Wii Sports Resort, and like if this is even like fucking a third of as good as Wii Sports Resort, I would have paid $20 for it. And it's the kind of thing that's like, man, I ain't got shit to do on a Saturday. The Knolls kind of suck this year. Man, I'll boot up Go Vacation and like fucking, just play some fucking, I don't know, snowmobiling and fucking. They have like these weird events. You have like laser tag and like pie throwing fights and like all kinds of just bizarre shit. I'm like, yeah, I'd play that. Like, it's got the Wii Sports angle. It's got the mini games angle. Apparently, if you play enough games and get like fucking like medals in them, you get like a house or like a villa on the island, and you can decorate it Animal Crossing style. So it's got that going for it. I mean, like, it seems like a pretty tight package. Not for $50. I'm again. This is they announced this for Switch. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And it's like it's a port of a Wii game from 2011. It's like, okay, that sounds less cool at $50. But like,
I'm gonna be that guy. So you would describe the game featuring water sports as a quote tight package?
I would. I'm not going to take the bait, David. I'm going to talk about this as though I have children. So you just enjoy your fucking, whatever you got going up there.
Hey, no one is here to judge on Game That Tune.
Certainly not. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. It's a cool game. It looks cool. It looks like it was funny. I was reading like reviews for it. And reading like the wiki page for this made me realize that like sometimes video game reviews, I think they need to pump the fucking brakes a little bit. It's like, okay, man, you're reviewing Go Vacation. You're probably a man in your 30s. Like, just calm down with the fucking criticism. Like, this clearly isn't meant for just you. Like, I feel like if you're a reviewer and you're reviewing Go Vacation, you have to play it with a 5-year-old in order to fucking like properly review it. Like, oh, this game, the controls are a little repetitive. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. There's 50 mini games on this fucking island, and like, they range from like golf to horseback riding to like mountain climbing and shit. Like, just calm the fuck down.
if I can like kind of like piggyback off of that point for a minute, every time they do one of those like beat 'em up collections, when the reviews come out, it's like, oh, the gameplay is very repetitive. It's like, yeah, no shit, because it was designed to steal your quarters. I played this a lot when I was a kid and want to play it again. Get off my ass for enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I think these games are fun, and there's something to be said for just something kind of simple and fun. And there's something to be said for something that's made for fucking kids. Like, video games, not all of them are for kids, but a lot of them essentially are for kids. Like, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page now, and it's like, the game's controls were praised by some, but criticized by others. Fucking Jim Sterling of Destructoid took issue with having to plug in and unplug the nunchuck controller on the Wii when swapping between minigames, saying it's a pain in the arse. Like, okay, guy, calm the fuck down. Like, that's just not that serious. Like, I think a kid would handle his fucking business if you hand him a fucking game and say, hey, son, you can go onto this virtual island and do all kinds of crazy shit. Every now and then, you've got to fucking unplug the nunchuck. Like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll handle that because I'm a fucking kid and I like fun. Like, criticizing the game for that, it's just, I don't know, it's fucking hack. But again, if you're gonna review these games, play them with a fucking kid and see if the kid has fun. If the kid has fun, give the game like a 7. Like, seriously, it's not that hard.
It was terrible. It was awful. The controls didn't work, and I just had no fun. 8 out of 10, editor's choice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fucking buy it for your kids. Like, you don't have to play it with them. They will enjoy it. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just one of the games. Like, a game like this feels like it should be like fucking criticism proof. It's like, there's so much shit in it that, like, yeah, obviously not everything's gonna be great. Not everything's going to be deep and complex, but like, you get a big fucking island, you get to explore the island. That's one thing that I think is actually really cool to start unlocking games. Like, they plop you down on the island and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll walk over to the bowling alley and fucking play some bowling. Okay, well, I'll climb up the mountain and do some mountain climbing. Like, you have to walk around and explore the island to unlock certain games. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, I kind of wish like Wii Sports Resort had that, like a free mode, like, where you could just like fucking ride around Woohoo Island in a little like dune buggy and be like, oh look, there's a dog with a frisbee in his mouth. I'll throw the frisbee for the dog. Like, oh look, it's a charter plane.
Awesome.
Like, this game actually had some good ideas. So it's like, fuck you if you want to criticize this game and say it's like, annoying and like simplistic. It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, it is. It's a fucking, compilation of 60 mini games for fucking children, you douche. Like, it's just,
I like the idea. I like the idea of exploring a resort to unlock mini games. Like, you could, find the frisbee, throw for a dog. You could find the surfboard, start the surfing mini game. You could find the bar. You could start hitting on people. And
that's what I'm saying.
Goes from there.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go to a real resort. You gotta find the fun. Like, yeah.
That's what we really need. Like, Go Vacation, Wii Sports Resort, all of these games is missing is the obligatory Jimmy Buffett rhythm mini game.
No, it's not missing that.
Yeah,
no, fuck Jimmy Buffett.
That's a cute idea, David, but fuck no, that's not happening. Oh, man. But anyway, no, the game is a lot of fun. It's made by Namco, so it's got fun ukulele remixes of old Namco themes. It's got upwards of 50 mini games, and it's probably really fucking fun to play with your kids. So I'm actually really glad we got this request, because I'm like, okay, well, I'm putting this on the list. Like, I'll eventually maybe play this game. I'm not going to play it by myself right now. Like, I doubt this holds much fun for a fucking, 33-year-old man playing single player mode. Like, no, thank you. But I got a 5.5-year-old nephew, and games don't go away. So I got a kid that'll probably enjoy this one day. So this sounds pretty fucking good. So thank you, Mixmaster, for the request. Great tunes, great game. Gentleman 6 of a game. And Johnny, let's keep it going, man. What do we got next?
Game 5.
So this game includes Twitch integration, which allows viewers to control when the character is able to heal himself, which can be very annoying. And they can also decide what upgrade paths you take on certain abilities. So how are you guys feeling?
Feeling excellent.
Can you repeat the
Awesome.
trivia again?
No, don't.
So this game has Twitch support as far as like people can watch and actually participate in the game. They can affect like how you're able to heal and choose how you upgrade your weapons and stuff. All right, let's see what you got.
I have an answer that's not a dick, but I'm not confident.
You're not confident it's not a dick?
David says Diablo 3. That's incorrect. Johnny
David.
says penis. Incorrect.
You should definitely be confident in your dick.
And John says dead shells, which I assume that's dead cells, but he's drunk, so he's slurred. And so that's correct. Dead cells. Is right.
Fucking right it is.
Oh, I should have known because that's what you've been playing the most recently.
Yeah. And
Oh,
because
man.
you should listen to GTT Gems. Patreon.com/GameThatTune, people. We look back 30, 20, 10 years ago in video game music, and we play a little bit from 2018 releases. And those songs might have sounded a little bit familiar to the eagle-eared listeners of GTT Gems.
Or maybe I intentionally took the fall so we could have that ad spot for GTT Gems visible and listenable to people on patreon.com/GameThatTune.
David, I can promote GTT Gems without standing on your back. You could have gotten the guess right. It's okay, man.
Yeah, we all
We appreciate it.
we all knew I was gonna draw a dick, man.
Johnny, tell us about GTT Gems, the Patreon exclusive show where we look 30, 20, 10 years back on
So,
video games.
GTT Gems is the Patreon exclusive show where we look back 30 years, 20 years, and 10 years ago on this month in gaming history. So it gets a little dicey in the 80s because it turns out that most games weren't really that tracked very well in the 80s. Like, the concept
right.
of a release date really didn't exist until Sonic the Hedgehog 2 came out on Sonic Tuesday in 1992. But
Now,
you know,
Johnny, here's the question.
I love how John-
When did Dead Cells come out?
not on Sonic Tuesday 1992, I can tell you that.
He's right.
I love how Johnny's describing GTT Gems. Once again, our Patreon exclusive show, which you can get access to by subscribing to us at patreon.com/GameThatTune.
We make it every month.
And he still manages to drop details about Sonic Tuesday for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
He's always
Yeah,
got to
anyway.
get his buddy over.
It was a drastic change
John-
in how video games were released from that point on. Like, it really was.
I
Johnny,
believe you.
what's your opinion on Super Mario Odyssey? Well, it's not Sonic the Hedgehog 3 available on Sega Genesis.
I can
mean-
tell you one thing, brother.
It's not. Have you played Sonic 3? It's
Yeah,
so good.
He's not wrong. He's way off.
But enough about all of that. Jesse, tell us about Dead Cells.
Yes.
Well, Dead Cells is one of the most fun games I've played in a while. It scratches that Metroidvania itch because it kind of is a Metroidvania, but it's also like a roguelike. So it's like a 2D platformer, kill stuff game. And
But is it rhythmic?
no, this one isn't rhythmic. This one is more like it's been compared to Dark Souls.
Really?
Yes,
Who on earth would compare a video game to Dark Souls?
a lot of people apparently.
Okay.
So-
Numerous people.
Yeah. Which I can kind of see where it's coming from. Whereas Dark Souls makes me want to rage quit immediately and regret my decision every time I purchase one. This game just fills me with delight. Like even every time I die, I'm just like, oh boy, I wonder what starting weapons I get this time.
Now,
And,
quick question. Do you think they compare it to Dark Souls because they're drunk and Dark Souls sounds kind of like Dead Cells?
That could be, I'd say about 26% of the reason.
Yeah, okay.
That's a very specific percentile.
The rest,
It's the Dead Cells of video games. It's what now?
From now on, I'm going to describe things as the Dead Cells of video games. When people look at me, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I meant Dark Souls. Dark Souls.
I'm going to describe things as the Dead Souls or the Dark Cells of video games.
There you go. What I'm trying to tell you is it's hard, and we should please have sex now. Anyway.
Yeah, and I'm flattered, but spoken for.
So like you go through the game and basically you are this like clump of cells that is sentient, and every time you die you take over a new body of this prisoner. And
What?
so there's like funny little references to it, like whenever in between stages there's like a little area where you can level up and stuff, and there's like this in the background a pile of bodies and it's all your body. And so like you can like look at it and it's like, hey, all these bodies look like me. Oh, that's right.
Huh.
And so so as you go through the game, there are different like paths you can go, and some of them you can't go through right away. Thus the Metroidvania. So like you gotta find different abilities that can get you through different parts. Like you can break the ground and go through areas that way eventually, and there's like certain like coffins that you can teleport from at some point. There's like a vine thing you can make it grow up through so you can climb to a next stage. And so there's all different types of enemies that have, little patterns or do different things. And you kind of, as you fight them over and over again, you memorize and know what they do or how annoying they are. Like there's like this fucking mushroom thing that I fucking hate because like you won't see it at first. You'll just see something happening under your feet and you're like, oh shit, one of those mushrooms is nearby and you got to get the fuck out of there or a bunch of like spiny vines are going to shoot up and fuck your day up.
That's cool.
And so like you can get a potion and you can level up the potion so you can use it more than once. That's a good way to stay alive. You whenever you kill enemies, some of them they all drop money. Some of them drop cells, which you can use to level up your character. So when you die, those the things you level up stay. So like you do get to, there's like a sense of progression, even though you're dying and technically starting over each time. You're still not. You're still getting more powerful slowly.
Right.
Your options for what your starting weapons are improve. You can find blueprints for like specific weapons that are really cool. and then you can tweak like the things they do. Like you can make things freeze enemies, poison enemies, catch them on fire, or like douse them in oil. So if you have like a sword that lights stuff on fire, it'll make them do more damage. Um, there's some weapons that do damage if you're up against the wall, like it like does more damage. Like there's a Spartan kick, and if they're next to the wall, you just like kick them and they just explode all over the wall, which is pretty gratifying.
That's dope. I love a good kick.
Yeah, it's a pretty vicious kick.
It's the main reason I play Ganondorf in fucking Smash Brothers. I'm actually a little disappointed they changed all his attacks to like sword based. It's like, no, I like kicking stuff.
Yeah.
He still has his kick.
Yeah, but still, just like numerous kicks.
Oh, okay. Well, they added Ken, so you get your kicks that way.
That's true. I mean, there's plenty of kicks. I'm just saying.
But like, there's so many different types of weapons. There's like different bows. There's different melee weapons. There's also like traps and turrets you can place down, and they all have weird things. You can level them up so they pierce targets or cause like gas clouds or summon these like carnivorous worm things. Like, it's a really cool game, and I don't know. It just, when you're playing it, it feels like a really, really good Castlevania game, and maybe even better at some points. Like, it's kind of spooky a little bit. The art style is great. The music
It's
is
a good looking
kinda,
game.
Yeah, it's pretty. Animations are smooth. It's got like a dark sense of humor. It doesn't like throw a whole bunch of like exposition on you. It's pretty much just like someone talks to you in the very beginning, and then you kind of talk to like 3 or 4 other people. It's all like environmental storytelling, which is pretty cool. Like, you just show up and you're like, oh, this door's all fucked up. I guess there's something big, nearby. And it's just a really, really fucking solid game, and it's like pretty much every platform right now. So
Yeah, no, it's cool, man. So, at what point in the game do you fight or play as Fat Man?
who?
Fat Man, the guy on the rollerblades with the bombs.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, it's not that Dead Cells.
Oh shit!
No,
Because I had a lot of follow-up questions based around Vamp and Fortune and Solid as Snake, but it's different Dead Cells, huh?
Yeah, this is a little bit different. Although at the same time, I could see it being like a prequel.
Yeah. Oh man,
So,
it'd be great if you were playing as like the reanimated, body of like a big shell trooper, like just a Dead Cells set. Dead Cells on the big shell. I mean, it shells itself.
Dead Cells on the half shell turtle power.
I feel like everything should be a prequel to Metal Gear Solid.
David, everything is. That's the secret of Metal Gear Solid. It's the end point. It's the singularity of fucking all of video game existence.
Guys,
In
everything
what,
is
what
really
Metal Gear
just
game does Solid Snake come across an Italian mercenary and his brother who had to rescue a woman from a giant like ape-themed robot mech?
Yeah, and eventually Snake has to choke out Dennis Hopper. It's a great fucking game. But anyway, yeah, no, I really want to play this game. It actually looks like a lot of fun. Something about like roguelikes though. I don't know, man. It just they don't do it for me. I like to memorize the patterns of things and know that I'll eventually be able to progress through the thing.
The thing is it's not as roguelike-y. Like the levels are kind of procedurally generated, but they're like big chunks of levels so it's always going to be like, okay, this big chunk, okay, I know what this is,
Okay.
Like, you'll get to know that things are going to be generally in certain spots, and there's like little portals all throughout the stages, so like if you need to backtrack, you can get back to someplace quickly. The only thing that's like too random is like where the enemies are going to be and what they drop. So like Otherwise, you can kind of get a good idea of where, like, because there's some doors that are timed. And so, like, if you speed through, like, stages, you can get to these time doors and get a whole bunch of, like, money cells and some cool items sometimes. And so if you remember where
Nice.
those are, you can, like, charge up your character pretty good.
And you got to be good at playing the game because you got to get there in a hurry. Like,
Yeah,
you got to
that
fucking,
too.
like, thrash your way through some shit.
Yeah.
I like it, man. You know, it incentivizes you to learn how to play the game well. And no, this game, you know, the game sounds really fucking cool. It's just, you know, I don't know, man. Like I said, I like knowing what's coming. Like, you know, it's like, okay, you know, Mega Man games, you jump over that pit, the thing flies up and hits you, you fall into the pit. Okay, don't jump and try and jump over that pit. Like, if they randomize it, then it's like, whoa, hold up now. Like, that, you know, somehow when I hear roguelike, it triggers just like a frustration center in my brain. But if, you know.
Yeah, this one I feel like isn't as... It's not as random.
That's
like,
cool.
Except for, like I said, where the enemies are. But usually they're in the same... Like, you know when you're about to come up against a bunch of enemies, usually.
Yeah, and if it's like, okay, well, you don't know where the enemies are, but, like, the enemies don't change their attack patterns, and it's like, okay, yeah, I know how to deal with that fucking guy.
Yeah, they
like,
have all the same attack patterns. Like, that's,
Okay, yeah,
that's
no.
one thing you learn what they do. And
That's much more accessible because, yeah, you know, that'd be one thing. It's like, okay, well, you know, you don't know what enemies are coming, you don't know where they are, and turns out that fat guy, he attacks with fucking, like, laser beams instead of, like, you know, brute strength. Like, what? Like, that, just... That would fuck everything up for me. But no, you know, that actually sounds really cool. You know, and it's on Switch, and I know I can get it, and you know, I just haven't yet. And I, you know, that's all in spite of all the shit that happened with Dead Cells earlier this year. Like, seriously, we you know, you really should download GDT Gems because I give a fucking tirade of shit to that shitty IGN editor for ripping off that fucking that review, man. I'm really glad that happened because it got, like, publicity for this game, and I think this game got some attention that it wouldn't necessarily have gotten otherwise. So, you know, it's a cool game.
it's really solid. Like, it's one of those games where I keep playing it and doing the same things every time I play it, but it's fun every single time. Like,
I love it.
just killing stuff, getting new weapons. There's this specific combo I really like, which is an ice bow and the heavy crossbow. Basically, you freeze a dude and then you shoot like 6 arrows into their face, like at point blank range, like a shotgun.
Nice.
Gets rid of stuff pretty quick.
Nice.
Yeah, no, you know, it sounds cool as hell. It looks cool as hell. And from what you've been, you know, showing on, you know, some streams and stuff, it sounds like it plays really well. So, it, you know, it's something we all need to fucking check out. And I'm a little disappointed with myself that I haven't checked it out. But seriously, you know, man, I have realized this year has not been my year for games. There's something about having a baby that really cuts into your game playing time. I don't know, man.
Fucking babies, am I right?
Yeah, you know, what a whack fucking set of circumstances I've put myself in. Where
Send all hate
I
mail to
created another-
David Fleming, care of Game That Tune.
I really want to watch
man.
that sitcom about a couple has a baby. That's the whole
and then
premise.
they don't have enough time to play a fucking video game. Like,
I believe
yeah.
that was called Mad About You Final Season.
Mad About You 1.5 HD remix final season. It's good,
Also,
man.
I love the fact about Johnny wanting to watch a sitcom titled Fucking Babies, am I right?
Let's not get into that at all. Jesse, is there anything else on Dead Cells?
I think if you haven't played it yet and you like Castlevania games, this is something to check out.
Awesome, man. Well, Johnny, man, you know, the calculating computer's got a job on its hands, so let's see what happens, man.
All right.
Calculating computer activated. Beeps.
As John's trivia said, a diddling scandal.
Oops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is David Fleming.
No way. That's highly unexpected. Not because David doesn't win games, just because we had a 3-way tie and we came up with no way of breaking that tie. So
That required like a 3-sided die flip.
exactly, the old triple coin flip. Oh man, Johnny, I hate to tell you, but your triangular coins, they're not real money.
The old quantum coin flip.
2 sides to this coin, except when we need David to maybe win 3 sides. So, fantastic, man. What a game. What a show. This is what happens when we don't prepare a lightning round. David wins. And,
I
David...
like how, Sean wins when there's no possible way he could win. And then, when there's no possible way we could find a winner, fuck it, David wins.
Yeah, we have no out for this. David wins. So,
slowly but surely, we're establishing GTT canon here.
He's surely the only one that can pull us into a good topic.
Yeah, no, I had a perfectly good theme. We could have taken a huddle real quick, but no, it's all good. David's got the theme that will save us all. So, David, you've won this week's show.
I love the way that you say that you have the theme, like you're not the one messaging Johnny, hey, here's who should win this week.
I didn't send any messages.
Whoa.
The chat is blank, my friend.
Okay.
All I said in the chat was, I have to pee. I've filled the cup. It's time for you to pick the theme.
I have a solution to this.
This game's winner is... Jesse Moore.
Whoa!
I mean, I was prepared with the theme. I brought bonus music, but
Yeah,
fine, whatever. Fucking steal it from me, John, asshole.
Jesse has entered David's dead body and reanimated it, and now the dungeon has...
Did I die?
The dungeon has shifted itself, and everything has changed, and Jesse's going to take us forward into a new theme. So... Jesse, congratulations, man. What's the theme for the next episode?
Well, sorry, David. But this might be something you're interested too. I made a bold claim. Well, it's not really that bold, but a very great man passed away recently, Stanley. So I think we should do comic book games.
I fully fucking agree with that. God damn, what a week. R.I.P. Stan Lee.
That is a better theme than I could have come up with.
God damn it, David. That wasn't going to be your theme? Okay, frankly, I'm glad we gave Jesse the win.
I had bonus music tied to my theme from 2 weeks ago.
Oh, hell.
I love the fact that I'm going to steal your bonus music.
Well, anyway.
Did anybody else upload bonus music? Because we should use theirs instead.
I totally uploaded bonus music.
We should use John's instead.
It ties into my theme. So wait, are we going with my theme or are we going with Jesse's theme?
So Jesse's theme, John's bonus music. No, I'm sorry, wait. Jesse's theme, free play jingle for the bonus music. No.
Yeah, that
works too.
Yeah, fuck it. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening tonight. What a show!
The idea of here's the theme, free play.
The theme is this. The bonus music is for some reason a free play jingle for maximum confusion.
GTT is the place to be.
God damn, son. Thank you everybody for listening. What a great time we've had tonight. Thank you for everybody watching along live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. Twitch.tv, Facebook.com, YouTube.com, all/Game That Tune. Find us. We're live every Wednesday night at 9 Eastern, and we love having you guys hanging out with us. Thanks to everybody listening in podcast form. Our podcasts come out the following Wednesday mornings, and we do a little polish. We make ourselves sound good, and we appreciate you listening there in iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you to everybody who checks out patreon.com/Game That Tune. It's the home for fun exclusives. We've got fantastic bonus content there. We've got GTT Gems, where we take a look back 30, 20, and 10 years ago in video game music history. we've got covered up with our new episode where Jesse talks about Mega Ran and plays some of his fantastic tunes. And you guys give us the money and the support that we need to do some random video game streaming and all kinds of other fun stuff. We've got our Super Mario Brothers movie commentary coming out soon for our patrons. So thank you for checking out that. Be sure to log into Patreon and check your messages because we got more video game movie commentaries in the works, and we want you guys in the chat with us. You guys are our VIPs, and we appreciate you being a patron. So you should go over to patreon.com/GameThatTune and check us out.
December 13th, we're going to be taping the Double Dragon movie.
Fuck yeah, dude. I have never seen Double Dragon. I'm admitting it now, and from everything I've read, it's fucking dog shit crazy, so I can't wait for this.
It's awful and ridiculous.
Yeah, Robert Patrick plays a Japanese man, and I'm here for it. So, yeah, check out patreon.com/GameThatTune. We got great stuff coming there. Special thanks to our super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger and Lance Revere. You guys are fantastic, and we appreciate the support. Thank you to Mixmaster for his request tonight. He hit us up in our Discord channel, which you should find us in and chat with us. We love hearing from you guys. But you can also send us your requests. GameThatTune@gmail.com. You can send us messages on Facebook. You can send us messages on Twitch. I don't know. We'll probably check that. You can send us messages on Twitter @GameThatTune. You can send each of us individual messages on Twitter. I am there @JGangsta187. You can find John Regan on Twitter
JPReganJR.
You can find David Fleming on Twitter
DFD Fleming.
And you can find Jesse Moore, this week's winner, on Twitter
Sega_legend.
Hell yeah. So I'm so lost at this point. Whose bonus tunes are we going home with?
We can go with a free play jingle or your bonus tunes. But what's it? Oh, that's right. Just Sarah said next week's theme is comic books.
So, Jesse, you got the bonus tunes, man. What are we going home with?
I mean, I really like that free play jingle, so let's play that again.
All right.
Yes. Johnny loses. Peace out, everybody. Game That Tune. Thanos.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right. Yet to fail. Dread it. Run from it.
FREEPLAY.
It rhymes all the same.
John Regan says Bionic Commando rearmed. Incorrect.
We got Johnny with a dick guitar. Johnny says Bottle Rocket the game. That's incorrect.
So Johnny says Fallout 4, which is incorrect.
John Regan says drawing of a penis. Sadly incorrect.
Johnny says double penis.
We got Double Dragon from Johnny. Incorrect.
John Regan, god damn it, so close, says Shovel Knight Showdown.
Johnny said Iggy's Wrecking Balls, which is unfortunately incorrect.
Johnny says Echo the Show, which is also wrong.
Wow, Johnny, so quick with the answer, says The Love Boat, and he's wrong. Oh, what do you know? John Regan says Milo and Otis. You're out of your mind.
And Johnny drew a penis.
John, we've already used Tekken 2 on the show, man.
Oh, we have. Damn it.
So John Regan says Tekken 2, which is incorrect.
John Regan fell for my bait and said Metal Gear Solid, which is incorrect. John Regan says Final Surf Fantasy, which is close.
John Regan says Chill Ass Super Metroid. Sadly incorrect.
Johnny says World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Duck.
I ran out of room.
Okay.
No.
John says Robot Radical Rex, which is also incorrect.
Oh, I tried to draw a slot machine with dicks.
Oh, that's incorrect. Oh man, we got a dick with a birthday hat. Looks like it might be coming or peeing. I'm not sure yet. So that's incorrect, Johnny. Sorry.
John Regan has that birthday hat penis now jizzing onto a birthday cake.
Reality is often disappointing.
Free play!
What? F-Zero is copyright 1991, Nintendo of America Incorporated. Crypt of the Crypt of the Necro Dancer is copyright 2015 Brace Yourself Games. Mega Man 11 is copyright 2018 Capcom Company Limited. Go Vacation is copyright 2011-2018 Bandai Namco Entertainment Incorporated. Dead Cells is copyright 2018 Motion Twin.